The naming of Pennsylvania is a story of debt, religious conviction, and a son's humble attempt to honor his father. It wasn't originally meant to be named after the man who founded it, William Penn, but rather the landscape itself and the legacy of a naval hero. 1. A royal debt. The story begins in the 1660s with Admiral Sir William Penn, a high-ranking officer in the British Royal Navy. The admiral had been a loyal servant to the crown, particularly to King Charles II. During the restoration of the monarchy, the king found himself cash poor but land rich. By the time the admiral passed away, the British crown owed him a staggering debt of roughly $16,000, a fortune in the 17th century. When the admiral's son, William Penn the Younger, inherited his father's estate, he inherited that massive debt as well. 2. The Quaker Vision. William Penn the Younger was not a typical nobleman. He had converted to the Society of Friends, commonly known as the Quakers. In England, Quakers were persecuted for their refusal to swear oaths to the king and their belief in total equality. Penn saw the king's debt as an opportunity. Instead of asking for gold, he asked for land in the New World. He envisioned a holy experiment, a colony where people of all faiths could live in peace and religious tolerance. 3. The naming conflict. In 1681, King Charles II signed the charter granting Penn a vast tract of land west of the Delaware River. Penn originally wanted to call the territory New Wales, but a Welsh member of the King's Council objected. Penn then suggested Sylvania, which is Latin for woodlands or forest land, Silva meaning forest. It was an appropriate name for the lush, uncharted wilderness of the region. However, King Charles II had a different idea. He insisted on appending Penn to the name, making it Pennsylvania. 4. A humble objection. Interestingly, William Penn was horrified by the king's suggestion. As a Quaker, he viewed such a move as an act of vanity. He feared that people would think he had named the colony after himself to feed his own ego. Penn even tried to bribe the king's undersecretaries to change the name. But the king stood firm. Charles II explained that the name was not meant to honor the younger William Penn, but rather his father, Admiral Penn, whose naval victories had secured the crown's power. This day my country was confirmed to me by the name of Pennsylvania, a name the king would give it in honor of my father. I chose liberty of conscience, and the king would have it Pennsylvania. William Penn, March 5, 1681.